Hello YouTubers and welcome to today's video. This how-to fix deals with my 2006 Ford F-150 XL, but is applicable to most F-150 owners. Recently during a fill-up, something in the spring mechanism of the gas cap door lid let go and led to a condition where the lid just flaps in the breeze. In fact, I had to hold it down with tape in between fill-ups, and that's not acceptable, so let's replace it. If you know what you're looking for, you can crawl under the truck fender on the driver's side and with enough light be able to see the back side of the broken housing. This may give you an idea as to whether you wish to replace it or attempt a repair. This is the new fuel filler gas cap door lid housing I ordered off eBay, and I'll provide a link to it in my description section. This one fits F-150 models from 2004 through 2008. Since mine is broken, viewing the new housing will provide me an opportunity to see how the mechanism is supposed to work. Note how the slot in the arm allows the spring to pivot when the door is opened and closed. The tools I used for this replacement were an impact wrench with a 1/4 inch extension and a 1/4 inch 7mm socket, and a flat-bladed eyeglass screwdriver. In addition, one of these nylon pry bars came in handy, and later I'll show you some optional tools I used in the reassembly. With the lid opened and our eyeglass screwdriver in hand, place it here and press forward toward the truck. You may want to wear gloves for this part. Using the heel of one hand, I brace the lid with the other hand and press. The lid slides forward on the arm and is now removable. Note these ears on the top that are duplicated on the bottom and how they fit into the slots in the lid. Also note the thin vertical plastic stop. In examining the arm, this is the tab I pressed with the screwdriver that locks behind the plastic stop on the lid. Since we're going to have to juggle some small parts including screws, do yourself a favor and place a shop rag in the filler hole for protection and to guard against fumes and sparks. The 7mm screws at these 3 locations will need to be removed. I'll clean these up and paint them. Grab one of the pry bars and place behind this plastic lanyard pin and wedge it out. At the top of the housing are 2 tabs that lock behind the rim of the frame, whereby we need to place the screwdriver and pry downward with the tip. Grasp the housing arm and pull slightly, then place a wedge behind the left side tab while prying on the right side with the screwdriver, and the housing pops loose. I found a couple of methods for the housing removal. One is to try and do it all from above and outside the truck fender by manipulating the housing with one hand and the head of the gas tank filler tube with your fingers. Note that the position of the housing arm is irrelevant. It can be in or out, and tugging on the arm will not assist with removal. Now we can see what happened with the spring mechanism. The pivot arm broke, shown here at the top in white. There's nothing left to hold the upper end of the spring. I'll replace this housing, but will provide another video on the repair of the old one. I replaced the old housing in order to show you a second method of removal. Shown here under the truck, you can see the neck of the gas tank filler tube and how, using my hand, I can move it an inch or 2. I tied a string to the neck and routed it through a hole in the fender and around the edge so I could pull the string and the neck to the right with one hand while removing the insert with the other. Begin the replacement by first inserting the neck of the new housing into the opening. I won't try and fool you as to how difficult reinsertion is. It can be time consuming. I had to find just the right point of rotation of the housing inside the fender opening, along with the correct positioning of the filler tube head. I found the fit occurs easier with the housing arm at the 8 o'clock position relative to the truck bed. Also note that the earlier trick with the string around the filler neck will only help now if you reroute the string so that you can pull the neck to the left toward the front of the truck and not to the right like we did during removal. Optionally, you can reach around with your right arm under the rear wheel opening and press left on the filler neck during this operation. Once inserted, pivot the housing so that this tab fits into the molded slot and the rim of the opening. Other YouTubers have stated that they had success pulling down on these two tabs and just pressing the housing in place. That didn't work for me. I had to bring in some optional tools that I mentioned earlier. If you decide to go this route, just be careful for obvious reasons. Tap all the way around to fully seat the housing. Note that tapping on one side may cause the other side to pop out, so be ready. I aligned the screw holes by using my right hand and pressing the filler neck to the left. I replaced the 3 newly painted screws. Trust me on this, even carefully using the impact wrench, I stripped all 3 screws in the thin, tin-like metal of the filler neck. Now I'll have to go replace them with larger screws. Now replace the lanyard pin. Align the 4 tabs on the cover with the 4 receptacles on the arm. Press the cover toward the truck fender. This takes a good amount of force, so brace the arm so you don't break it off and press on the cover till it snaps in place. Check it out. Operational once again. This project is complete.